So, Lacey, if you want to start by just telling us like a quick little snippet of your story, and then we'll get into the questions.
Absolutely. Am I muted? No, I'm not muted. Okay. Just want to double check. Okay. No, I have 4 kids, married, busy mom, gained weight after having all those kids, obviously. And I accepted the fact that I had gained weight after having the kids, but then I got to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm done and I'm ready to make a change and I want to feel better about myself, have more self-confidence. And I had seen a friend of mine who is a distributor and she's been posting and posting. And finally I was like, you know what? I'm ready to just make a change. And I decided to go all in. And I figured, and it wasn't about the money at the time. I honestly just wanted it for me and I wanted to feel better, wanted to gain that self-confidence back. But then when people started seeing my results and how fast they started happening, started making the money off of it. So that was definitely a big change and a big win-win for me.
Yes, I love that. And being a mom, like literally just, it's so busy being a mom. Like even if you're not being, like even if you're not a mom, like people are busy. So what made you jump all in? Like what was the thing that was like, okay, I'm running after this, I'm doing it?
After about the first week, maybe 2 weeks of just the coffee alone, the energy, like to be able to go to work, and I would go to work and drive my coworkers nuts because I would show up and be like, hey, let's go. What are we doing today? And they're like, oh my gosh, stop. Because they're like so tired and don't want to be there. And I'm like, let's go. What are we doing? I drove them nuts and I loved the energy and it was amazing. And it really, the coffee alone, like it really did curb my appetite, everything. So I just love all of these products that I had started. And once I started sharing that and people started messaging me, I'm like, you know what? Okay, maybe I will jump all in and we'll just go ahead and make this a little side gig for us. And it has been a huge blessing for our family.
Yes, the coffee, literally, like that is like how I get through the day. Like I wake up early in the morning because my son's a morning baby. So like the coffee, if I don't have the coffee, man. And that's really so easy to talk about because I am drinking it every day. So I love that you do that. And what are your best tips to get LCs? Because can you say how many LCs you got last week? Because I just seen you in the chat like boom, 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 boom.
I have no idea how many I had last week. I did not write that down in my notes. I do not know. So I literally just posting, and honestly, I can say that for even DTs, like I think I start with that first, because whether somebody wants to sell and make a business out of this or not, I use it as that's the biggest bang for your buck. Like to get those 3 products for that cost, that is where I start with. And if people really don't want to do that, then I say, okay, well, what products are you wanting to try? Where do you want to start? And let's go from here. So that's the biggest thing that has worked for me is I just start. If I have to start small, I will, but I always try to go for the top. And
Yes.
then we work with what works best for them and what they want.
I love that because like literally you never know what like somebody's situation is. You never know who is praying for this business. So for you to just offer it, like if it's not for them, cool. Offer them a product, see what they like, what they that with you starting out with like the potential distributor conversation, is that where you're getting most of your distributors from?
Yes. Yeah. I go through like the boards. I try that. I don't try to copy and paste too much. I mean, I try to still personalize it and switch it up a little bit to, hey, how are you? Or how's the new baby? Or how's the family? Like add some extra stuff to it to make it more personal. So it's not just a, cookie cutter, this. Yes.
Yes. And do y'all hear that? She's messaging the people that are commenting and stuff on her posts. Like you have to be posting our posting is our open sign. So if we're not posting, then like she wouldn't be getting like it goes hand in hand. You have to do like every part of the 6 list and we'll all come together. There's something else I was about to say. I'm sorry, I'm so scatterbrained. It's always like this. Oh, yes, personalizing the boards. I literally have like created my own board just so that I don't have to like go in and personalize each and every message. Like it's just there, click a finger. And I did that with like literally every single message in everybody's boards. I've combined like 5 million boards into my one board. So personalizing your messages because people are going to realize like, hey, this isn't her talking. Like she would never, like she doesn't post like this. So why is she messaging me like this? So I just love that you personalize messages.
Yes.
And then do you send like ask messages for potential distributors and customers, or is it like just strictly like post to post or like they're coming to you from posts and stories?
No, it's all host to post, which is a huge thing. Honestly, if you aren't doing host to post, you need to do host to post. It has worked tremendously for me. But no, I don't just like cold post people and say, hey, do you want to try this coffee out? Or hey, do you want to do this? If I post something and somebody comments, then I will message them. I don't just randomly message people and say, hey, how's it going? You want to try this? You want to try that? I don't want to bother people and bug people to the point where they want to like delete me on Facebook or Instagram because I'm driving them nuts and annoying them.
Okay, so did y'all pick that up? She's literally so consistent with her interacting to where she gets that many interactions back that she doesn't have to cold message. She doesn't have to send those ask messages out. She doesn't have to send like, hey, I just started a new business. You want extra info on this money? Like she doesn't have to send those messages out because she's so consistent with posting on her stories, on her pages, like things like that, so that people are coming to her. And it's literally such a great place, like when your business is in that place, like it just you feel like you're on fire, but the only way to get there is just to keep moving. And so what's your favorite? Do you normally work Facebook or do you normally work like Instagram? And then whichever one, like how do you work it? Like which is it Facebook host to post or is it like Instagram stories or posting or reels or things like that?
I do Facebook and Instagram, but I will say I've had more success with Facebook than I have Instagram. I've only had maybe 1 or 2 people message me off of Instagram than Facebook. But I do the stories on Instagram. I do posts. I haven't done any host to post on Instagram. I can honestly say I haven't tried that. So maybe I'll check that one off my list here soon and we'll, open that and try it. But Facebook has been where it's at for me, honestly. I mean, but everybody's different. I don't know. But I do stories on Facebook too. I do the posts, host to posts.
Do you make your stories on Facebook or do you like switch them from Instagram to Facebook?
It's mostly just Facebook. And
Really?
then I will
That.
Yes. I do it all.
Everybody
I do
like
it all
so
on
different.
Facebook. No,
Yeah.
I don't. I try to just like, then I'll switch it over and add something to Instagram. Whatever I add to Facebook, I'll go ahead and put it over to Instagram.
Oh, I'm gonna send you a way where you can like link it up. It will make your life so much easier. But
cool, please do.
Yes, I will. And so and with host to post on Instagram, I like it if you like scripts that I can like put in the chats or whatever, but really just DT host a post on Instagram, and I always get so much interaction because I put my phone number on it, so it directly comes to my messages. Like I don't have to worry about Instagram, I don't have to worry about requests, anything like that. And I literally get so many potentials off of it every time I do it. So like literally utilize every single platform you're on, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, anything like that. I'm dabbling into TikTok. We're struggling, but we're getting there. I'm figuring it out. You just have to decide, like there's a point in your business where like you have to pivot, and so like doing the things you're doing, and then if they're not working, like you just have to decide. So I love that you have
my kids are the ones who show me about the TikTok stuff. I do the TikTok because of my kids. They're the ones who show me how to do all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I am more of a person, but I'm trying to get and then like what is your best tips like for your follow-ups? Like how are you managing that every day? How are you making sure your follow-ups are done every single day?
My follow-ups are old school and like written down on notebook paper. So I mean, it's everything, not just follow-ups. I write down all of the host to posts who posts for me, because if they don't tag you, then you're worried about not getting those notifications. So I always make sure I write down who is doing it, so I know who to go through and check constantly or daily. And yeah, possible LCs, possible DTs, or who has joined, who hasn't. I write everything down. That way I can go through and check it off and keep following up with certain people.
Yeah, I love that. When I use my apps on my phone just because I don't have, like my son, he loves paper. He loves to crumble it up and just eat it. And I don't know, he's weird. He's another breed. But anyways, so like having my notebook around me all the time, that doesn't work. So I have my host to post in my phone, and then my like actual follow-ups for like potential customers and distributors in my planner. And so it's literally just whatever works for you. Like there's so many options. You just have to find what works for you.
Absolutely.
Yes. So I know you talked this like at the start of this Zoom, that like you're busy, you have 4 kids. So like how do you manage to work this business into your schedule?
Well, honestly, I also work at an elementary school in the town where I live. So I can get up and maybe follow up with a couple people in the morning, maybe send out a few messages, maybe make my coffee post in the morning, but then I'm at school. Maybe if I might have time at lunch to make a post, and maybe during the day, if I get a break in between switching schedules, switching classes, I can make another post or a couple follow-ups. But other than that, it's mostly in the evening or weekends.
I love that. There's like, it's literally, I've been saying it this whole Zoom, but you have to find what works for you. Like I'm a morning person. If I don't get up and work my business in the mornings, then it falls apart. I'm not a morning person like Brooke, but I will be up in the mornings. I will be on morning power hour every morning. Like, like that's my thing. So just being around the community and like getting work done and things like that, I love it. That's how I get my stuff done.
This isn't just me. Like I seriously, my husband does this with me, and he has been a big key factor in this because we do this together. So his account has been promoting, or almost promoting, as well as mine, but he has a lot of great tips and has helped me through this 100%. So I love
that so much.
And he's honestly sitting right here too. So I have to give him the props too. It's Gracie.
Gracie.
Yeah, so
this is my husband's walking in right now. He always sits on all the Zooms also.
Yes.
Like he's always making appearance. So I love that.
Gracie,
Great or Grace.
Grace,
I love that so much.
good to hear. The biggest thing that I see,
What?
the biggest thing that I see that all the promoters through the business is don't overreact for all the people. Like don't
Overpost.
overpost to people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get you get people on Facebook and Instagram where people just keep posting this bullshit about, I'm sorry, I
Language.
shouldn't say that, language
Sorry.
of stuff like, hey, do this, and the next thing you know, you just delete people.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
because that has happened to me in the past. I've done other MLM businesses, and he actually told me that he got annoyed with all the posts that I would make because I did live videos and I was posting this and I was posting that. And every single time somebody would get on my Facebook, all they saw was product. And not, hey, how are you doing? Or, hey, how's your family? Like, you need to learn to space it out a little bit and not overload everybody to where they're like, you're driving me nuts. I don't even want to follow you. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing that I've learned with this.
With that, the best thing that I heard on these Zooms, still to this day, and it kind of goes along with that, is people buy people. They don't buy the product. So yes, you want to show them the product, everything that it's about, but they buy you.
That was on my notes right here.
Who you are.
You are selling it, not the product.
I love
I like
that.
what you said, buddy. You got my hands
Little
down.
gold
Yes.
nuggets from the husband.
Yes, I love it. Hey, thank God for husbands. Oh my goodness.
Right? So along with that, like, how do you stay in such a positive mindset? Like, what do you do for personal development? Like, are you listening to podcasts? Are you listening to audibles? Are you reading books? Like, what are you doing?
There is David Doggins is a really good personal speaker and I'm not trying to get into like vulgar language, but he literally has the mindset of like, F it, like, you do this, you do what works for you. And if it doesn't, then screw it. Like it is, I mean, if you would Google it and listen to him, like, it really is motivating to where you're like, okay, I got this. Like, who cares what everybody thinks? Like, I'm going to do me. And even business wise, if it doesn't work for somebody, fine, but it works for me. So I'm going to do me.
Have you heard of David Doggins?
I have not, but I think I'm about to go look them up because I love the
Yes.
red.
Please do.
So, I'm
Like,
gonna say this: it's a guy that grew up in the hood and had a bad situation in his life, and he went through the SEAL team
Mm-hmm.
for like 3 times. He went and did it
The
3
training.
times.
Yes.
David Doggins, he has a book out.
okay.
I can't remember what the book is, but he has a book out. But it's David Doggins is a bad ass. You'll
Okay.
see.
Yes. Yeah. But other than that, no, I don't really listen to too many podcasts.
Look it up right now, actually.
Yeah, when you pull that up,
Like,
David
as soon as
Doggins, it's
I okay. All right. I'm sorry. I don't know if it cut out or not, but I'm gonna go look it up right after the Zoom. So I just, when I'm doing my personal development, I love to listen to like podcasts and audibles just because I am a mom, I'm busy. I don't have time to sit down and like read a book because my
yeah.
toddler will have a toddler
Nope.
tornado all over my house.
Nope.
So I can't do it. So like Audible's podcasts are my jam. I'll turn it on while I'm like cooking dinner or doing the dishes or like sweeping and mopping the floors, like little things like that, or even in the car. Like if my husband's not in the car, because that's a different story. But if he's not in the car, then I'll wear my podcast. But if there was like one thing you would say to a distributor who just started today, like to encourage them, what would you say?
To definitely
I'm
give
sorry,
it
I
a
know
shot.
I put you on the
No,
spot.
no, I totally, because I mean, there's some people that I sign up as distributors that don't want to sell, and that's fine. I always tell them they have the choice. But I do have a couple friends that have just signed up and they're like, oh yeah, if I can make extra money, why not? And I'm like, absolutely. And I've showed them how easy it is. It truly is easy. You put yourself out there and show them that, hey, I love these products and look at how these products are working for me. And 9 out of the 10 times, people are going to message you and be like, what are you using? So that's what I say. I don't tell people, hey, you need to sell, you need to do this. I leave it up to them, or I'm more of looking at it friend wise, like, hey, well, what's your goal? Let's get you to that goal. And, weight wise, energy wise, I'm not looking at it. I don't want to come across money wise to them. I look at it as I'm in it for you. And what do you need? Because I'm here to help. So that has been a big key factor too, because people realize that I'm here for them as a friend and I'm not here to just make money off of them.
Yes, I love that so much because like once you take out like the selfish gain in it, like you literally will see so much because you are in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself. And then at a certain point in time, like you're not in business for yourself anymore. Like you want to help the girls under you, you want to help everybody under you, you want to help your customers reach their goals, like things like that. And there does come a shift when you're like, okay, well, I can help myself and I can also help all these other people too. And so just truly making that friendship connection, like talking to them, having those like conversations not about the business will literally go so far. But I do want to be respectful of everybody's time. I know it's like 10:30 your time. So if I'm gonna look over the chat real quick. If you guys don't have any other questions, we're going to hop off. Oh, can you drop your Instagram handle in the chat, please?
Can do what?
Can you drop your Instagram handle in the chat?
Pull up the chat. Yep. There we go.
Thank you so much. And I just want to say thank you for my brain can't comprehend the things that yeah, you can go ahead and stop.